Oh man, it's Battle Kid 64. Where we're trying to beat what I think is the final boss. We definitely got a lot of good information last time, but holy carp, like some of these attacks, I don't know how to dodge them. Like, your guess is as good as mine right now. I think I have an idea on how to dodge both of them, but it just hasn't happened yet. All right, can you shoot and kill those balls? I severely doubt it. But man, there's just like one or two too many. Can you imagine if you didn't have damage amp here, by the way? You had to shoot those things 6 times? So close there. Again, it's just a little bit too much. This is insane. Okay, this is the first time I've ever dodged those in my life, and then I thought that was gonna be circle lasers. Yeah. I don't even know what I did there. I just did what I was trying to do, but it worked. It felt like he didn't shoot as many. Am I crazy? Did he just not shoot as many? I honestly really hate that you can collide and die to the core. Like, it does not make sense to me. It just doesn't. Like, the only thing that possibly makes sense, if you were looking at this in 3D, I think I explained this last time, is that the prism is, it's like a, it's not a block, it's not a sphere, you know, it's an octagon. But, you know, it's not cube-like, it's more like a prism, you know, it spans the whole length of the room, whereas the rest of the machine is in the background. But, like, that's just such a weird mental image, and I really hate that you can actually die by contact damage on that, because it does not look like you should be able to. Check the trigger. Right.
You gotta be kidding me!
Man, I hate running into the stupid core. Not only that, I actually thought I would make it there because you see how it's kind of an octagon? I thought I was gonna like graze the edge of the octagon, or the corner of the octagon. Alright, ring lasers. Easiest attack by far. Still died, but my point stands. Honestly, the wavy balls aren't that bad either. Like, I mean, there's like a clear distinction of 2 easy attacks and 2 hard attacks. Which one's this? Sorry, the ring lasers. Can you... Okay. Let's see if we can sidle back and forth. There's gotta be a better way than passing under it. There has to be. We gotta try some different stuff, or we're never gonna get this done. There has to be better ways to dodge some of these attacks. And that's like, I'm not even really going for offense right now. It's just gonna take us like 2 episodes to learn how to defend against these attacks. Check the trigger. Again, if you could just like practice on the same attack, like even just like 5 times in a row, you know, and like save state and all that stuff, so much faster could I learn these attacks if I didn't have to wait like, you know, like 2 minutes between each one. I need another jump. Okay, maybe if I save jump. It's so long though. It's such a long attack. Check the trigger. Man. I'm really getting tired of dying like that too, by the way. Like, I try to take a step over to make my jump a little bit easier. And then sometimes I feel like it fires too quick. By the way, where the heck is Key 4? Inquiring minds want to know. Ring of lasers. Okay, okay. We're able to dodge the accursed spray. So now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Battle Kid! Oh my word. Now we gotta dodge this too. Are you serious? That was close. That was close. That felt possible. That felt possible. And I think you could also, theoretically, get in some shots in while doing that. But I want to practice a little bit more. So ring lasers I'm going to try to get some shots in on. I think it's just a little bit too dicey to get some shots in. I think I only really want to do shots between attacks. I think that's way safer. But we can try some offense. We can try some offense. Check the trigger. Ring lasers. I'm dead. There's nothing you can do about that. I think that's the only way. I don't think you have the agility to go over the top and dodge them. Like, maybe you can, but I'm not seeing it. And if you can do it, then I personally can't do it. Because I tried several times, and it just does not seem possible for me. Sorry, guys. But that's okay. I think stutter step is more consistent anyway. It's just you do have to be a little bit careful with your positioning and not get out of position after attacks. Check the trigger. No trigger. Ring lasers. And if he does follow up the ring lasers where we're doing some featherfall shots with the red spray, that's fine. In fact, that actually helps us. I'm definitely going to be checking the trigger, though. Check the trigger. All right, no trigger. All right, lucky. I'm still not sure about that one. I'm still not sure about that one. Do we want to maybe try to go over him? So yeah, the red hatch, the red balls. Currently, the only one I think I don't have figured out. I have the spray figured out now. It's a very scary stutter step, but it is just a stutter step. I'd say probably the scariest stutter step attack, stutter step dodge required attack in the series so far, including Cleo's Starfall. Dang it. Freaking forks, dude. Like, not a threat, but you're so antsy to get back to the meat of the fight. Check the trigger. No trigger. Simple lasers. Maybe. Okay, good. Man, see what I see about it's a scary stutter step? Another reason I keep wanting to call it trigger instead of a tell is I've been watching I've been watching some Card Fight Vanguard. So there's that. It's all about checking those triggers. Check the trigger. No trigger. Wavy balls. Wavy balls. Alright, this is a good pattern so far. Good. Alright, wavy balls. After the red balls, there's no time for counterattacks. Oh, we signed into the color. Okay, the things are back. Dang it. Alright, so so they do come back. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Battle Kid! You guys didn't expect 2-in-1 video, did you? Nope, no you didn't. Oh no, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Holy carp. Right now I'm dead. Alright, slowly learning, guys. Slowly learning. We've been able to dodge every attack. We've made it to the second color. Damage helping out, obviously. With that. It's going to decrease the number of times. I check the trigger. No trigger. Alright, baby balls. Alright, stutter step. Oh, man. You got to be perfect on that stutter step, dude. Like, you can't go too slow. You can't go too fast. Very tough. Very challenging. No trigger. I'm trying to decide if I want to get any shots in as it's powering down or not. I think I might, because honestly that could put us a step ahead. Man. Yeah, the red balls I think are still the toughest one to dodge. I do wonder about jumping over him for the red balls. I want to try that, but I have to, like, remember to try it. So, yeah, I want to see about trying to go, like, over the top and just, like, basically crossing the entire screen. Trigger. Wavy balls. I think it could work. I think it could work. I just need to double back a little bit quicker. I feel like it could be more consistent if I master it. That's what I'm thinking. That was a nice jump to avoid the thing there, by the way. No trigger. Wavy balls. Counterattack. Man, you really gotta reverse. I feel. You know what though? I think I'm out of jumps. Maybe if I try to stutter feather fall is a bit much. Or else maybe if I like reverse directions sooner, so that I have more air time. It's close. It's close. If we can master the red ball attack, I think we can get this. Maybe not this video, but we can get this. No trigger. I'm dead. Is that a position? Red laser is definitely the most position punishing attack. Red spray, rather. Alright, good. Yeah, I don't even want to try to counterattack after the red balls, to be honest with you. Alright, getting the hang of it. Forgot to... Yeah, the wavy balls are not bad. You just have to stay on the left, and then, like, every time it comes near you, like, dip a little bit into the room. Alright, I want to get a little bit better at the, Good. Dip, dip. Circle lasers. Dip, dip, dip. Stutter step. Oh, crap. I feel it though, guys. I feel the power surging up. Do you guys feel it? I feel it. I feel myself getting stronger. Croc feeling is stronger. Alright, no trigger. Ring lasers. Okay. just gonna check the trigger first. Man. I was gonna say, like, I wonder if he's got adds a new attack. So I'm gonna keep checking the trigger once we get to phase 2, or color 2, you know. I think I'm doing, by the way, now is I'm holding left, or holding right rather, as soon as the thing starts. No trigger. Didn't even see it. But basically, I feel like the inconsistency that I've been having in the forks is because basically I mash right sometime after the game gives me back control. So if I just keep right held, I know I'll go as soon as I have control, and that'll be more consistent. So like right now I'm holding right. And then as soon as I see Timmy start to move, then I know to go ahead and jump. And that makes it much more consistent. Just wiggle a little bit. Stutter step. I messed up the stutter step a little bit. Will I be punished for it? No, I will not. Stutter step again. Again, I'm not going to counterattack after the red balls. I had a triple jump there I didn't use. That was my mistake. I should have lived that. Yep. Oh man. Very tough boss, but I definitely see the path to victory. I see the path to victory. Unless there's something that changes. Counterattack. Man. Like I said, it demands perfection. You gotta have a virtually flawless stutter step to have any chance of dodging that red spray. Ring lasers. I knew I was a little behind, so I was trying to cheat it a little bit. Because I didn't start from the far side of the room. Ring lasers to start. Stutter step. Okay, dip, dip, dip and counter. These are back. Once it gets down to 1, it's a lot easier. These are trying to calm down. Dip. Last color. Oh man, that was close. That was close. It's getting too hot. I'm gonna have to polo shirt. T-shirt. Still wearing t-shirt though, don't worry. As you do. Are we gonna be able to beat this without the power source known as Skittles Riddles, official snack of the Diamond Brothers? Let's find out. Man, thank goodness for the slow attacks, huh? What am I doing? I was a little worn out after that deep run. Very possible we actually get it done this video. That would be amazing. Center step. We have a good chance of living this. They're back. Stutter step. Bad stutter step. Maybe died. Dip. Dip. Stutter step. Yes! I'm sweating right now, guys. I'm sweating. Oh, he just fell right on his head. Oh, he's like bleeding. Look at this. Check button didn't work this time. Look at that blood! This game is rated M for mature all of a sudden? What's this game rated? It's not rated anything. That machine was protecting the ship's reactor. Oh. So guys, this is where I was a little bit afraid, right? Like, we don't have key 4 right now. So I was thinking, like, is key 4 hidden somewhere? And like, if you have it, you can escape the ship and you'll be fine. If you don't have it, then you're gonna get the bad ending. So we're gonna find out. Looks like this episode. Do we save here? Timer is gonna pop on the screen. You guys see the timer, right? There's key 4. Can't shoot it though. Nice. The freaking jump mechanics. Oh wait, we gotta hang on, Corp. Messed up. Is key 4 just gonna be like a plot device? Oh, this is like the freaking escape in Super Metroid, right? Oh no. That's there, just there, so you can't shoot it from the right. There's key 4. Holy carp! Half our time is gone though. I didn't see what that said, by the way. Okay, good. Come on. I think we got it. I think we got it. How do I get in the ship? Did we make it? I think we made it. I think we made it. This is an auto scroll. It is. I did it. I did it. I really did it. Oh yeah. Epilogue story time. With the destruction of the dreaded battleship, Tammy was once again victorious over the village group. The Mega Cannon met with its demise with the ship. We had to fight the Mega Cannon twice, right? Basically, because we had to defeat it with the Erexium shards first. For now, Battle Kid 3. Battle Kid 3 win. I'm gonna be quiet, and I want you guys to just watch the credits, alright? I'm serious, watch the credits. For reasons. Did you guys see it, by the way? Did you see it? Oh my goodness, what is this? Elsewhere. Oh, Helga escaped. So final death count 3,202. So if you guessed 3,333, you probably got it actually. By the way, in the bosses in the manual, there's another one after Muck Swimmer, but it was not Ivan. Something called Pink Face, a very mysterious being found only where the most worthy dare venture. It can attack with magic projectiles based on the shape of the crest on its forehead and can change the floor in its room at will. I'm betting that's probably the boss of the special stage number 1. So there's that. And also, I guess there was information about Helga and Ivan that I also kind of glossed over. You can see there we have special passwords that we're going to maybe try out in the future. Okay, hang on, I gotta take a break, and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, and I'm back. So now it's time to chill a little bit and reflect on this game that took me way too long to get around to beating and playing in general. I believe I beat the Super Mech, what was it, like November 2011? So it's now, man, it's been almost 7 years since it took me to get around to this game. But that original LP, of course I filmed with a camcorder, like literally pointing at the screen. I was like, you know what? This game sounds cool. I'm just gonna play it because Alakazam180, my friend from long times ago, requested it, and that's why I started on this trek. You know, he knew I played I Want to Be the Guy, and was like, hey, you should play this game too. You know, it's really cool. It's on the NES, and I can't buy it, but I can like watch you play it, so I can like play it by proxy because I can only emulate it. Because I don't have a working NES, and I was like, well, I have a working NES, or rather I can get one. So yeah, if you remember in the, I forget if I have, no, I don't have the links, but in the, don't click the links in the old video descriptions, by the way, for Battle Kid 1, they're like defunct and possibly not safe. But yeah, so, this game was, or its predecessor rather, was definitely the reason why I wanted to get my NES refurbished. I replaced the 72-pin connector and all that good stuff. But yeah, really, I was like, you know what? I want to be at a better place in my life before I commit to playing Battle Kid 2. It almost kind of became a like running gag, like, Kooper, when's Battle Kid 2 starting? And of course, there's still the running gag of when's the Battle Kid 1 death count video. I have an idea for that, and I hope I'll eventually get that done. But yeah, so one of the things was I knew I wanted to get it on capture card, not camcorder pointing at the screen. Although I think we did at some point go webcam. I think it was during the episode 50 during the stream. Which, oh my goodness, that boss! I'll get around to the bosses in a little bit. Gotta sit up straight. I'm out of breath. Yeah, I knew I wanted to record this with a proper like capture card, and so. Eventually I was able to pick up an Elgato once I actually got, you know, some income coming my way and actually got moved out and everything, so I could be in a controlled environment. And that's really where this started, and the way I had to hook up the Elgato was backwards, by the way. I had to do it, I actually had to hook it up the same way I did the Dazzle, which I believe I used for one run of the game where I like ran it through the entire game in one video after I took like a 2-month hiatus from the channel. It involved like using, I don't know, it's a funky setup. It didn't just go directly into the Elgato, which is the entire reason I got the stupid Elgato, the non-60 FPS one. And then Of course, little did I know that the NES is actually 60 FPS. Now, I don't know that it actually would have captured a 60 FPS coming through there. Maybe it would have, but that's a slight regret. So if I ever do a kind of like that Battle Kid 1 where I replay it, maybe I'll consider picking up the Elgato HD 60 to actually have Ivan's phasing in from both sides actually show from both sides, because that definitely made for some weird little visual effects not matching in the video what I saw. But anyway, so how is this game overall? Obviously, it's most comparable to its predecessor. Well, the back of the box straight up says, I believe we read off in the first episode, an even bigger game than Before Awaits, and that's definitely true. It definitely was a bigger game. Just, I mean, had more bosses, right? It had, what, 13 bosses. You have the 6, of course, that you get the skull marks from. 7th one being Muck Swimmer, and then yeah. So I guess it does count Helga 1, which is like the tutorial boss. So three fights with Helga and 3 fights with Ivan. As for how I would rate the bosses, well, we all know which one I hate. So like. Like, overall, I love this game. Definitely one of my favorite NES games, but my word, that boss just... Doppelganger Constructor is, I think, absolutely the hardest boss, at least on the NES, and probably of any game I've played, I've ever fought. I could probably go back and beat it a little bit easier now, but my word, that boss is I think easily the hardest overall boss in the game, having not faced this pink face thing that we'll get to. We'll see if it's any harder than Doppelganger Constructor. I hope it's not. All the Ivan and Helga fights were good. Brave Little Tom was good. Muck Swimmer was good. Yeah, everyone was good except for Hantai Ramos, just for the Charlie Brown missed kicking the football feel that it gave me. Did not rub me the right way. I don't have a top 10 hardest screens. That is something I'd like to make in the future. But yeah, I loved the addition of the triple jump. As you know, 3 is my favorite number, so having triple jump was pretty cool. I definitely got really worried at the end that I was gonna have to redo most of the airship because whoops, I missed Key 4 somewhere. But no, it was just for a Super Metroid-esque. This game, of course, draws heavily from Metroid, Castlevania type, influences as far as, going around and having to backtrack, find power-ups, although it's not, it's definitely different, right? But, kind of that same idea. So having beat the final boss, then you got to get out of there, was definitely very Super Metroid-esque, and I appreciated that. I'm still also very curious about what happens if you get 0 Erexium Shards. Are the Erexium Shards actually optional? I mean, unless you consider that to be an actual bad ending. I guess that makes for there's 2 bad endings. Well, I'm not sure if you actually, because we got it in the first shot. I'm not sure if you run out of time there, which that was a reasonably generous time limit, by the way. I think I finished it with, about 20 seconds to spare out of the 2 minutes. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happens if you lose that. I might well try to do some other stuffs with that. I think last time for Battle Kid 1 I had done some stuff for what happens if you Zed without damage amp, Super Mech without damage amp. I'm pretty confident in saying that I could beat final boss there without damage amp. After it took a little while. It only took 2 episodes to get this one down as opposed to 4 for the Super Mech, but I kind of attribute that to just being more experienced, with the game, for sure. Yeah, it's I'm sort of on too much emotional high to give a objective rating right now. So I just want to say definitely thank you to Mage Darkness 1862. You know the guy. He doesn't comment often, but for keeping up with the death counts. Makar kept up with the death count somewhat, but I gotta give it to Mage this time. He went above and beyond. He had counters for every time I did a G.I. Joe clip, which is something that I have been wanting to do. I knew I wanted to do that as early as 2013, or whenever I first saw those. I was like, this would be too perfect. In fact, I actually had a little slip of paper that I had written on and slipped into the box that you guys saw me unbox in I think it was the hype video. It said Battle Kid 2 G.I. Joe. So I'm really glad I was able to make that happen. I didn't get to do quite as many as I wanted to, but it was definitely a very fun, quick little animation to make and have as a the playlist thumbnail for this series. So that was pretty great. If you didn't see the thing in the credits, go back and see the thing in the credits now, although I expect most of you did, assuming you watched the credits. So yeah, I have my name in the credits of a Nintendo game, and that's amazing. I had known about it for, YouTube, of course, went through renditions and, like, destroyed all of your, private messages that you used to have. But probably shortly, like, within a year, I'd say, of the previous LP ending, because Battle Kid 2, by the time I started Battle Kid 1, Battle Kid 2 was about to come out. It was approaching the end. Sivak, actually himself, messaged me and asked, hey, would you like to be in the credits of the game? Like, he saw my playthrough of it and was like, thumbs up, thanks for getting some of the word out. And I was like, of course I would. So, I just confirmed the spelling, I guess, of the name. And I'll try to pop a picture up on screen right now, if I remember. There's actually, in the game's manuals credits, I'm also in that. So that's just, I knew that was coming, and it was just really special to me that I've actually got my name in the credits of a Nintendo game. That's just amazing. So thank you so much, Sivak, for that. That's that actually means a lot to me. Not many people get to say that. So, but how about that ending, huh? Battle Kid 3. This game came out when? 2002? So yeah, it was like the year after I finished my Battle Kid 1 playthrough. And the series has been dormant for 6 years. Man, I really want Battle Kid 3 for sure. Just to, because, all the great NES trilogies, or, yes, all the trilogies came in 3. That's kind of a tautology there. But, a lot of the great NES games came in 3s. And, fumbling over words because of how awesome this game was. I'm not really sure how I'd compare it to Battle Kid 1. Like, I think there were some things Battle Kid 1 did better. But let me just say, I absolutely love the wall climb. That was, I think, the biggest addition to this game. It factored into so many rooms, and having to master it, the mechanics felt wonderful. I know there was... My only complaint was, like, when you transition screens, you don't latch onto the screen as well. I don't know. I think that's just because you're holding A to make sure you get the loft to get into the next screen. So, I don't know. Other than that, like, I love the mechanics on it. It was really fun mastering it for some screens where you had to really be good at using the wall climb in order to get through there. Triple jump definitely made for some cool puzzles. They came a little bit late in the game, but that was alright. Having to track down the Erexium shards, that was pretty cool. It was nice to, go through a note like, alright, there's something I can't get to, and, making notes here and there. I love the callback to Battle Kid 1, where, first for the hint to get you into the movie area, as we call it. I don't know what you would, like, officially call it. Movie is just... my fan-made term for it. But, the super challenging area that leads into the damage amp. So, you guys are in the comments were actually able to help me out a little bit with some of the stuff, especially the math puzzle, which I still maintain was a little bit backwards, but alright, I still enjoyed it for what it was. I just wish the logic had been reversed. Would have made more sense to me. And then, I think Andrew had the tip on the lightning there. There probably would have been like the second or third area I checked at least after that, so, but that was kind of cool. We got to get some fan interaction going on and helping out a little bit, but not too much, but just enough so that you guys felt like you were involved, and that's cool too, we'll solving some of the stuff together. There was definitely some parts in this final boss where I was like, I really wish I could have another set of eyes looking at the game right now, but eventually we were able to get through it all, so... I would say, like, superlatives overall, Battle Kid 1 definitely has the best boss, which is Cleo. The psychological advantage that Cleo puts on you is, without, like, feeling like she's tricking you in any way, or pulling the football away, as it were, is just, it's just too good. Like, I don't think any other boss has 6 attacks, except for Super Mech. I think Super Mech has 6 attacks. Even Final Ivan in this game didn't have 6 attacks, which I was a little bit surprised at. That he only, well, I guess I think every other Ivan incarnation had, was it 3 or 4? I think it was. I guess it depends on how you count some of them, but I think they all had 4. So, and then Helga had roughly the same attacks every time, except for the tutorial fight, which she was obviously you know, dumbed down in because of the tutorial fight. So, man, yeah, now I'm over here antsy for Battle Kid 3. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Obviously, I will be picking it up as soon as possible. I actually remember when this game's pre-order, did it even get pre-ordered? I don't know. As soon as it went live, I was like refreshing because I knew it was gonna go live on a certain date, and man, I was like refreshing. Was it a Facebook page or something? I don't know, to like see when the game was going live, and I made sure to snipe that thing up as soon as possible because I wanted to make sure I got like the first, you know, print run of it. I don't know if there was ever another run released with like a bug fix or something. I think that was the case in Battle Kid 2 or Battle Kid 1. There was like one of the early versions. There was some glitch, and if you notice, most like I think the version I have, it's like version 1.1 or something like that. So I wanted to make sure I got that edition ASAP. So it was really sweet. Yeah, I like all the enemies that were added in the game, except for, is there an except for? No, not really. I think all the enemies were fine. I liked that the Goliath enemy and the little goblin dude who wasn't in the Battle Kid 1 manual. The enemies were just an obnoxious amount of hit points. I like that those were removed. They were just sort of eh. The fans were not nearly as bothersome in this game, so I'm a big fan of that. No pun intended. Tryphozoa, the jellyfish, trying to get Japanese here, that had like the multi-aim shot. That was probably my favorite enemy in the game. Who was my least favorite? Probably Queeks, the rat dude where you have to like where he does the 3 fast shots. I don't know, just like he had a very punishing thing. Oh, you know what? No. Who am I talking about? Freaking Zigzag Xander, the stupid fish, the absolute most annoying enemies in the game. So simple, but just always such a pain. I don't know if Mage has the stats on which enemies I died to the most, but yeah, I definitely got a couple more videos coming. We'll definitely do the special stage. Probably won't do it right now. I think I'm done for right now. We may come back to it in a couple of weeks. I kind of also have some more like I may have to coordinate with Mage. Actually, I'll get with him after this video goes live to get some stuff done. But we have the soundtrack, by the way. We're gonna go ahead and hit start right now. Return the title. Actually forgot what the name of the password was. Good job, Kooper. It was it soundtrack or sound test? I guess that's a different, gotta be track, right? Because there's 5 more characters. There we go. Sweet. It's 40 music tracks in the game. Yeah, music-wise, I'm not sure. I feel like I remember the tunes, certain ones from Battle Kid 1 more, but there were definitely a couple here that were amazing. Not that one. Aquatic Base, this one was really good. Eh. What is the meaning of this track name? Yeah, I think Makar had some commentary about the boss themes. I'm really not sure which one I like better. I think they're roughly the same. See, I think this was the boss theme for most of them, and then this was the theme for Helga and Ivan, I think. Oh, this is one of the most hyped themes in the game, for sure. Dark Memories to Come, too. I guess it like bridges between for that one. This one's good too. Pretty much all the airship, battleship themes were good. Ooh, there's looks like there's a couple of tracks there where there might be a little bit spoilery, so we'll have to see what those are. in future episodes. But this has been Battle Kid 2, episode 64. That's a pretty cool number to end on for Nintendo reasons, of course. There will be some more Battle Kid 2 coming up, not soon, but in a couple weeks, I think. Yeah, this game's been amazing. Definitely everything I was hoping it would be. A couple of sour spots that really keep me from saying, like, yeah, it was like a tremendous, amazing, like, at the top the entire way. And I think you guys know what part that was. And then I didn't really let the doppelganger machine get me down too bad, but that boss was great despite being way too freaking hard. But yeah, like a lot of the levels were really great. Definitely planning on a like top 5 hardest screens video. Again, don't know when, but definitely planning on one of those. I got a project I'm gonna get with Mage with, and then yeah, we got to see about this special stage too. That's gonna require maybe Battle Kid 2, the second movie. We'll see. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with it for freaking 8 years almost. No, 7 years. Feels like 8 years. Since the end of the last episode, and yeah, thank you Sivak for an amazing game. And I think I've told the story again before. I want to tell it again. When I was in, this would have had to been 2001 when I got my first computer, and I was on like freaking dial-up internet. You know, kids out here listening to MP3s on their, you know, Walkmans or CD players or whatever. I didn't have any of that. But as soon as I got the internet, a little site, is it still up? I'm about to find out right now. Hold on. We're doing it live. VGmusic.com. And it still looks the same way it did in 2001. That's amazing. VGmusic.com. If you search around some of the 16 and 8-bit games, you'll probably find a couple tracks. I'm just gonna scroll through right here, see if I can find one or two. Actually, I'm just gonna be a smart person and use Control F. There we go. Yep. See some in Breath of Fire 2. Sivak Drac. That was the first time I actually heard of Sivak, and I just remember every time I saw one, it's like there would be multiple versions of songs. You know, like here's Final Battle with the final boss of Breath of Fire 2, and just like if there was one by Sivak, like that was the one I wanted to grab, because that was these were MIDIs, by the way, not MP3s. MIDIs are like a different beast altogether. But that was like the only thing I really had bandwidth that I could actually download was MIDIs, because they're such a smaller file size. And that was really my music for the early 2000s. It was a lot of the stuff that Sivak made, and so then, you know, goodness, 17 years later to come back and finally get a chance to play through this amazing game that he made. Not just a music track, but a full-on NES game. Yeah, I don't think I have many reservations putting this like top 5 NES games of all time. The only question is 1 or 2 higher, and I'm still flip-flopping that in my mind. I feel like one's more concise, but this one's definitely bigger and more expansive and has a lot more cool stuff. It just has a couple other areas that are a little bit sketchy. I think it's got higher highs, but it's also got lower lows, is the way I would describe it. But I think both are definitely worthy of being top 5. Nothing ever tops Mario 3, because it's Mario 3 and it was the first game I ever played. So, but yeah. So again, thanks Sivak, and thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for probably the special stage, which might be Battle Kid 2, the second movie, coming in a week or so, maybe. We'll see. Later days.